Hello, fellow Elden Ringers. Welcome back. I have no idea what I'm doing and where I'm going to go next. Visiting the Three Sisters to set up the best side quest in my humble opinion. So I tried to enter Renna's Rise, but I don't think it opens up until you get to a certain point in Ranni's questline. Sorry puppies, but you gotta go. Trying to make it to Ranni's Rise. The crystal at the front of the rise is so pretty. Time to grab that grace and visit Luna Princess Ranni. Okay, so next what I wanted to do was fight one of my favorite glintstone dragon. So her name is Adula and she's a purple glintstone dragon. I'm surprised I was even able to get that hit in. At the beginning I managed to roll away from the flames, but then I managed to also roll into it at the end. So she is a little annoying because she keeps flying away from you each time you hit her. Got some pretty good attacks in here, but why does her attack go backwards? From soft games you need to learn how to lock on, because please tell me why I'm trying to hit her feet and it's locking onto her head. Finally I was able to lock onto her feet and get some attacks in. You cannot tell me that Elden Ring does not have a fantastic soundtrack. Also, this is so embarrassing, I don't know how I fell off. Okay, so Adula flew away and we're actually gonna play against her again later on in Ranni's questline. So now we gotta scamper back to Ranni's Rise. This is the very important part of the story where Ranni really pops the big question.
Wilt thou enter into my service?
The reason why that question is so loaded is she's asking us if we will join her in eradicating the Two Fingers, which is basically the Golden Order. And of course, we just had to accept. After accepting her offer to join her team, I need to get to know the team and also start the quest, even though she says that they're a little odd. E.G. is a giant and he's also a Carian knight or royal knight, but anyways, he's gonna help us with our quest and to find Blythe. Blythe is tasked with finding the Eternal City of Nokron, and he said that he's in Limgrave, but he's gonna go down the Shafra River well and we're gonna go find him. Sullivis is very snobby. He's giving us basically just a potion to give to somebody else. I didn't tell Blythe this, of course, but I found a sneaky path to Nokron from the 3 belfries, so I mean, kind of technically already been there. The reason why I've been coming down here is because of this guy, this Crucible Knight. He just stands here and stares at Mog's palace. It's pretty cool. Also, this arena is probably like top 3 in the game. I don't know what's so special about this Crucible Knight. Some reason he has bad breath, not just the tail. And he heavily relies on that attack a lot. He keeps spamming this attack. This is already the 3rd time that he's used his bad breath on me. I think he's getting kind of desperate because this is the 4th time he's done that attack on me. He almost deleted me though and threw me off the arena. So, whatever. Did get him with the oldest trick in the book, basically. I can't believe there's no good loot though once you defeat him. This area is gorgeous, and I also love the music that accompanies this area. You can see Mog's palace up there. This game is so beautiful. We're gonna go down to the Ansel River and check it out. So getting to Ansel River, we did run into a little bit of a problem in front of the elevator, but we were able to take care of that little problem pretty quickly. And another elevator that seems to go on forever. This one does not have the view. Alright, we're gonna grab that side of grace real quick. And of course the summoning pool. So Ansel River is populated by a bunch of giant ants with big booties. They're relatively easy to defeat though, so they're not much of a problem. What is a problem is when there's a swarm of them and they're able to fire at you from super far away. That is kind of annoying. The decor down here is nuts. There's a bunch of like skeletons and they're all painted red. I don't know why. Astel is doing crazy work. This room reminded me of the ampule room in Prometheus with all the vases. And of course, rooms like that are always filled with tons of enemies. Finally, I found a side of grace because this area is just full of ants. Alright, after scampering around for a little bit, I found this beautiful place called Wool Palace Ruins. So I'm trying to figure out a way to jump down. It looks like all the enemies are magic. Grab that smithing stone, yeah. These look like the gravity bosses that you find in Raya Lucaria. Okay, so eventually I found the correct place to go. There's this bumblebee shooting rocks at you everywhere you go. So I realized that I wasn't in the correct area to fight this bee boss. Instead, I had to backtrack and go down this little cave and finally get to a higher area where he was. The only reason why I know this is because I was staring at the map for so long in confusion. Definitely on the right path because he seems particularly upset that I'm in this area. I still look so gross from here. What's that phobia where you're scared of insects? Arachnophobia? No, that's only spiders though. This fight is so weird. I don't even know if you can call it a fight because the whole time you're just hitting his head. His only attack is just to throw rocks at you, so you just have to dodge them. He's just another all-magic boss, so that's why his attacks are kind of lame. I find him kind of boring to fight, and he's my least favorite enemy. And then we found the Lake of Rot, which I'm pretty sure was voted the worst area in Elden Ring. It is beautiful from this high up. I found this area, but what in the big-headed statue is that? So this is my second time playing Elden Ring, and I do not remember this area, but I did get pulled up on by a mutated dragon. Apparently he is a dragonkin soldier. Anyways, watch Vati video for some lore. This is ridiculous. I thought the pole would stop him, but it only stops me, apparently. Needed another quick sippity sip. I am so lucky he didn't hit me there. I thought for sure he got me because that windup was super long, but I got some pretty good hits in again. Then he flew away from me and tried to dive on top of me, but he completely missed. Unfortunately, he did not miss the second time. That hurt really bad. So I took a little sippy sip, decided to press on, and look at what happens. Good things happen to those who commit. Well, that felt great, and another site of grace popped up. We scampered over to Belloom Highway, and we found a new site of grace. Oopsie. Yeah, let's try this again. Okay, we're shining and on our way to a new site of grace. Made it to Belloom Church, and this is another church for Marika. Okay, taking on an enemy camp. I don't know what these fire-breathing heads are, but they look ridiculous, especially with the person stuck inside of them. I will admit I was a little greedy here, but did it pay off? No. Eventually I did end up redeeming myself. Now we are going to make our way over to the lift. Yes, there are lifts in Elden Ring. Here we are at the lift. Were we able to use the lift? Nope, because we didn't have everything we needed. I know y'all are gonna be like, Jay, how did you not go into this beginner area? I guess I just forgot about it. Then we grabbed a cookbook and we were out of there. This NPC is talking about an ancient tunnel hidden to get to the Altus plateau. Now we're going to hoist the medallion. I love all the cutscenes in this game because they're so cinematic. Alright, and here we are at the Altus plateau. And that's it for today's video. I think in the next video I'm going to show the secret way to get to the Altus plateau as well.